Well, by all accounts, today's shooter appeared to have some very strong political views, and with such a highly charged climate, many are asking if Hollywood celebrities like Kathy Griffin or Snoop Dogg are actually fanning those flames and pushing these folks to take action on those beliefs. Here to discuss, Janine Borelli and Gina Loudon. Gina, let me start with you. Of course, the Kathy Griffin severed head depiction of President Trump is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear this kind of news.
Charles, do you not feel like you've been shouting this warning into the wind for like your entire professional life since this election happened? I mean, I do. I feel like you and I have been here screaming, warning that a day like this was coming, a day like this possibly even worse than today in the future, if people responsible for this don't fix it. The key word here is dehumanization. And I would challenge every single viewer of your broadcast right now to honestly ask themselves one question. Can you picture your worst enemy or your worst group of enemies and feel empathy and compassion for them? If you can't, get help, please, now.
You know, Janine, we saw this phenomenon during the election where lifelong friends were just sort of, they separated and they were angry and there was no sort of real discourse. And this is among lifelong friends. So you can imagine people have always been on different sides of the ideological divide. But it feels like the left, the progressives, have really taken this to a level, whether it was the so-called Bernie bro in with Portland a week or so ago and what happened this morning.
Sure. Well, first of all, my thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. What a horrible thing to wake up to this morning. But I hear from people all the time who say that they thought so-and-so was their friend, but when it comes to politics, because people are so emotional about it and just so staunched on, dug into what their views and opinions are, that it's like fighting words, and they can't even reason with individuals. They can't even talk about normal political issues without getting into a fight.
So then when you know that, and everyone knows that's the environment, and then you see these comedians or entertainers take it to a level where they put on plays where the president of the United States is assassinated.
Right.
I mean, obviously they must realize that we're in an environment where that might trigger a few people in the wrong way.
Well, that's what we're seeing now. And sadly, you had the Hollywood elites who have normalized violent behavior. And they've done this on numerous occasions. And there are numerous elites who have done so. And they're, calling for violence against the president, against other Republicans. Even in high schools and in grade schools, kids are being harassed because of their views and what they think. It's really off the charts now.
Gina, there's no elected official in charge of the progressives, certainly not in Hollywood, so we don't hear a lot about this. In fact, in the last few days, I've seen a few people circle the wagon around Kathy Griffin. So what hope is there that they'll be responsible about the position and the influence that they have right now?
Charles, I don't really know. I do think that there is a chance here of a sort of an awakening, because while most of us wake up every morning and read about the bad things that happen to people, today it really happened to our elected officials. Could they take this moment and grab onto rationale and lead in this effort to unite and get things done for the American people in the name of creating a peace that needs to be created, an atmosphere of peace anyway that needs to be created? I don't know, Charles. I'm cynical. I'm not going to lie. But I will tell you that I don't have a lot of hope for Hollywood because they live in such a bubble and nothing so far has affected them.
All right, ladies, thank you both very, very much.